So right off the bat, once again an R ban and a Jace ban. So HKesports actually banning the Jace this time instead of picking it. That's interesting turn of events. I guess they don't want to do the poking composition anymore.
Yeah, they're probably going to change up their playstyle a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It didn't work out too well for them last game. Like, to change it now is definitely, well, a good tactic.
And I wouldn't say when they used it before it was super effective against the
Domo, right? Yeah. Like, it worked, but I think that's because of the skill difference between the two teams.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to say that. But Domo put up a good fight, but yeah, like HKesports definitely outclassed them by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right, so Zillion ban again.
Rise ban as well.
Rise ban.
Taking that away from.
Don't want to have another Rise game. So
yeah.
It looks like right now we're gonna have a different style of game. I'm hoping.
Yep.
Let's see what stake bans out here. Just thinking about it.
So what do you think? What do you think Stanley is going to pick this time? So his one of his most popular champions is he's famous for Nidalee, of course.
Well, so, yeah, but like Nidalee was nerfed recently.
Yeah.
So her damage potential is kind of crap, to be honest. So like she's definitely viable, but I don't know. We'll see him bring it out. I'm not quite sure. I guess we just gotta wait and see. Like maybe he's into different things now. We're not quite sure. Alright, so last bans Janna and Lucian.
Thresh.
Don't want to deal with that. Picking up the Thresh, very standard.
Very strong. A good pick for them last game as well. It helped them a lot in lane.
Yeah. Like their whole like team fights were based around the Thresh shot coming in out of nowhere due to their superior vision control. It definitely was a key factor in winning that game. We see the Kazakhs going down again for HKesports. Definitely a favorite of them.
Yeah, Dinter does not want to let go of his Kazakhs. He's saying, I can prove it to you guys. I will do better this time.
I will be the best, said Dinter. However, like, it's not really his Kazakhs play that's lacking.
Yeah, no,
it's more of his control of the jungle, his flow of the game. I feel like HKesports...
Refrain last game, he was everywhere, he was warding everywhere, he was ganking everywhere, he was pressurizing like he did everything perfectly, I think.
Yeah,
that game was a very good game for Refrain.
So definitely locked in the Kazakhs there. Let's see if he'll be able to change the flow of the game as the jungler this time.
And the Morgana pick, it's a very common pick against Thresh. I mean, the shield is always...
Yeah, you can just nullify Thresh completely with the black shield from Morgana there. That's a good choice.
And I think they prefer Morgana to Nami. But Morgana was banned last game? I'm not sure. Anyway, so Corki and Zed coming out for Yoe Flash Wolves. They know what they like. They used Thresh, Corki, Zed last time. And they'll probably use them again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Zed. That was not Yoe Flash Wolves.
No, that was Domo.
Excuse me.
It's the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
It's a very bursty like team that they've built so far. We'll see how HKesports responds to this.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to first pick mid lane with Syndra. I mean, so Zed is a much safer pick as a first op.
I'd agree. Yeah. Zed being a rather safe pick. We'll see why HKesports responds to this.
I've seen people pick Talon against Zed. What are your thoughts on that?
Talon works against most like spellcasters, although they have like taken away the silence from him, which has hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
I believe like Talon is just a very high damage assassin. He works against any squishy target basically. You have to have a champion that can get away from him quite easily. That's how you beat a Talon. Run away.
So maybe Zed can beat him. Anyway,
yes.
I'm just having a little side thought there, but
Orianna,
auto-locking Orianna. That is what we've wanted to see since the get-go.
That's the toys I've been waiting for.
This should be a very different game from game number 1.
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Toys actually inspired me to try out Orianna again. I was terribly bad with Orianna.
I'm pretty sure I was watching the World Championship Season 2,
and
I was watching Toys on Orianna, and
That's really what got me into
That's
it.
actually what made me buy her and buy the skin for her
Yeah,
as well.
same
So
here. Like watching him in streams as well, doing solo.
like I'd picked her up earlier, but then I never really got into her. And then when I saw how much potential she had when toys played her,
But I could
I was
never
flabbergasted.
do that myself. Could
No,
I?
same.
I was just terrible.
I would feed evidently.
It's like, where's my ball? Oh,
Ooh,
God.
Irelia!
Yes, we see the Irelia again. I said this earlier. She was my favorite champion by far. I always want the Irelia team to win, unfortunately. So sorry, HKesports fans, but this is my girl. We also have the Lee Sin pick, so that's
I like yoeFW's team comp. Yeah, it's very
extremely
aggressive,
team comp.
very up in your face, fight you to the last of your breath kind of team comp.
Yeah.
But I do like Hong Kong esports like thought process behind it, you know, because they can see all of the aggression coming out. So they've got Oriana, she's got Oriana Ball, you know, classic. Shield on Kha'Zix, jump in, ult everyone. Akali jump in there as well, you know, causing a lot of mayhem. Morgana locking everyone down. Yeah, they've got great potential for team fights as well.
But I think for HKesports to win this game, like every single lane has to be ahead. Like as Graves, you really don't want to be behind the Corki. Like your damage is really pathetic once you're behind.
Yeah.
Again,
it's a
with
very fine
Akali,
line.
she is a champion you want to get snowballing. Otherwise, she is completely useless in towards the mid game if you have no kills on her.
Definitely.
So we'll see how this goes. Like, it's a very snowbally game.
Yeah, for both teams, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, if Lee Sin gets ahead early, that could mean the difference between win or lose.
Pretty much.
Same case for everyone.
Yeah, once again,
I just chose a random guy there.
We're going to be relying on Refrain's jungling here. Like, if they can stop him from getting those deep wards down and be able to like counter his like.
Yeah, I think they realized from game number 1 that Refrain was always counter jungling, and they knew where Dinta was going, so he just played against that. So maybe they will try and do some of their own counter jungling, put their own deep wards in, and maybe wait for Refrain to make the first move so they can counter gank and counter.
It was all a matter of awareness, and definitely Refrain was on top of that game. I would say it was the MVP, although all the kills were on Syndra. Definitely, Refrain had that game.
And now we have our 3-minute cooldown period, where we will talk endlessly. Sorry, guys.
Keep you guys entertained.
Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this tournament so far. I think it's quite
going pretty well. There's a little bit of skill difference between some of the teams we've been playing.
Yeah, but it's now the final of season 1.
Oh yes. Well, the final of this week's
week
little
week
segment here.
Hong Kong challenge.
We see who comes first place, who gets the most points. End up in the offline playoffs eventually, right?
Yeah.
I believe the winner of this gets automatically seeded into the offline playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Lucky them.
Yeah, lucky them indeed. And then everyone who comes second or below, they have to have like the most amount of points in the end. So we'll find out who gets there. Hopefully HKesports will be in that.
Yeah. I mean, we're all hoping.
All right, guys. So
Aren't you?
2 minutes left until the spectator delay, and then we can get into the game. Well, let's talk about the teams again.
Yeah. So we've got quite how should I put it? It depends on what happens during the game, whether they can in laning phase push the advantage or lose the advantage. You know, either team. I think this game will be won for Hong Kong esports in laning phase, whether they can snowball or whether they can't. If they can't, I have a feeling that unless they, I don't know, pull out a magic rabbit from the hat, that
those magical rabbits are very valuable resources in League of Legends, as we all know. But I do believe this whole game, I believe it's gonna rely on how well the jungle is doing. Like, if we look at the lanes, there's no like clear advantages in the lanes. Each lane is very, very even. Like Akali versus Irelia can go either way. If like Irelia gets 1 kill up, then there's no hope for Akali. Same with Graves Thresh versus Morgana, and
Grace Morgana and
Grace
Fresh
Morgana,
Corky.
Fresh Corky.
Don't worry.
Sorry about that, but yeah, like all the lanes are very even. So
Tired we all are.
Yes, tired we all are. Anyway, yeah, the junglers really have to step up their game. They need to come into the lanes and force the snowballs to happen. And we'll see who snowballs first, and then we'll see who wins the game, I guess.
Yay.
So 20 seconds until we get into the game, guys. I know you're all impatient to see what
19,
happens here.
18. I mean, I'm impatient. I'm just sitting on the edge of my seat, you know. I'm like, ready to go. This is gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I'm really hoping HKesports comes
yeah,
here. I'd love to
I'm
catch
excited
the,
to see Oriana again, man.
Game, yeah.
Toys on Oriana is...
It's legendary. It's what we've all been waiting for.
Loading screen, here we come. Alright, guys.
Alright, let's get into this.
Enjoy the game. I hope you will, as much as we will. Pick skins. Irelia without a skin. That's such
what a shame.
Your favorite champion, the only one who doesn't have a skin.
Depressing, really.
Oh well.
What a shame.
I mean, you tried.
Or maybe he sees like the inner beauty of Irelia. He doesn't need some like fancy outer stuff.
True.
He knows like how good of a personality she has. And we're already in the game. Probably gonna see the same standard start, though we do see an extra ward in Morgana, so maybe they want a bit more aggressive warding for HKesports this round after they had a bit of a failure last game.
Yeah, Hong Kong ESports have pinged close to the dragon in the river, and
we got a pause.
Opposite side for the yellow Flash Wolves. They might be looking to both try and take the blue or the red.
I think they just want to like get some deep wards down,
yeah.
You know. Make sure no funny business is happening.
So not too sure what's happening now. Maybe just a pause. Maybe someone wasn't ready, or
yeah, probably some game settings or awry or something like that.
Yep.
Sure, it'll be sorted out soon. We'll find out.
Yes, we shall.
So Graves hasn't been seen that much lately.
No, I haven't. I saw him once in Worlds.
It makes sense. Like if Oriana can get a good shockwave off, and Graves can like fire his collateral damage and his buckshot all through them as they're being pulled in by the shockwave, that's an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, and on top of that, if they have Kha'Zix jumping in, Akali jumping in, and Morgana with her ult, you know. Oof, it's very dangerous
like
team fights.
The ultimate wombo combo.
Oh yeah. If they can coordinate, actually it would be nice to see Morgana having the ball and flashing in, ulting Zhonya's, and then...
Now that would be funny, but I believe yoeFW would be seriously be out of position for that one to actually like, happen. But there's hope. There's always hope.
There's always hope. Thanks, Sam.
Right,
Thank you.
We see some chasing on Toys there. He's like, you can't touch me.
Haha.
These balls are mine.
Can't touch this.
Oh. Kha'Zix.
Dinter getting hit by...
Dinter, you're supposed to dodge those. He just shrugs it off. He doesn't mind.
He's like, I want you to see me. I want you to see my beautiful mug. My metallic claws.
He just wants to eat all those little shockwave things.
Yeah, okay, so we have
Yoey
Flash Wolves
see if
backing
they can
off
make
a little
out
bit.
Of it.
There's a 5 men right here by the blue buff.
Looks like they're just gonna steal the blue, back off. I don't think Yoey Flash Wolves are actually gonna contest this. Probably just try and take their blue, maybe? I'm not sure. Or just get the wards down.
Yeah, maybe
it's only 1 minute 20, so it's another 30 seconds before the blue buff will actually spawn, so...
And I think Yoey Flash Wolves have realized that because they're not quite making their way over to Hong Kong ESports blue just yet.
Yeah, just a bit of aggressive warding, really, isn't it? Yeah.
Very nicely done, though.
Oh.
Good job, Hong Kong.
It was a very scary thing. They were like, run away, run away. And, uh-oh. Another DC, it seems, for Yoey Flash Wolves. Unfortunately, it looks like poor Maokai all over again from our No Game, No Life game. That's a lot of uses of the word game in that sentence. Holy cow.
Holy game. Wait, what? Never mind. Alright, so, pause. We have a pause right now. A pause. So, in this pause, we shall be paused.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna stop doing these kind of things. Sorry for making you listen to this.
No, it's
terrible
okay,
humor.
man. But let's look at the difference between this start and the last game start. It seems Hong Kong esports are a lot more aggressive with their warding this time. They want to have like the early jungle advantage. They want to know exactly where Refrain is going.
Yeah,
so they
don't
want to
give him
mistakes.
Yeah, they don't want to give him any room to breathe. They want to keep him pressured. They want Refrain to know that they know where he is.
Yeah, exactly. They want to just.
That's why they 5-man barged in at 1 minute
like,
20.
Move out the way.
Ward.
Got some wards to place. Silly peasants.
Oh well, Sword Art has reconnected. That is always good to see.
That's
so
good.
we should
Sword
be
Art's online.
resuming very shortly. Sword Art has logged in and is online.
That's brilliant.
Very good job.
Yeah.
Wait, Sword Art Online. That's
that's the name of the anime.
Yeah,
that was the pun.
That took me a bit of time there.
Understand my joke.
Took me a bit of time.
Ben just explained it to you.
Yeah,
I was trying to be a bit subtle there. Alright, so here we go. A bit of movement towards the top lane.
Now they're gonna
we
see.
got Morgana and Graves in the top lane.
They're gonna see
still.
all 4 of them up there, and they know that. Yep, they are committing for this blue.
But it does look like there's going to be a lane swap. Graves is in the top lane, pushing as fast as he can.
As fast as he really can.
Bookshotting all those little minions, stealing the blue buff after all. But we have the same thing going on the other side. Lee Sin and Fresh, like, taking their own. Irelia moving up to the top lane, so it will be a 2v1.
Oh, that's...
And then Thresh going back, actually. I'm not sure where he's going to go.
Yeah,
maybe
why not?
Into the top lane with Irelia, and then Corki will switch places with her eventually.
Yeah, maybe that sounds...
Could work.
Looks about right. Your judgment seems to be spot on there.
Well, thank you.
But they're doing some double jungle here to try and get Dinta as ahead as possible to try and
see what they're
excel
doing
in the
here
game.
is the Korean strategy. What they'll do is they'll end up doing like a 4-man push top. I think that's why Thresh rotated, just because he's anticipating this, and sorry, yoeFlash Wolves, they hadn't prepared to do the same push back to HKesports.
Right.
So we'll see how this one plays out, see if they actually get
then
pushed
they
out
don't seem to be going top.
Yeah, they might have changed their mind after they saw the Thresh, but we'll see.
But Maple does have a ward in that river bush on the left there, so he's safe from one side at least. I'm not sure Dinta and Stanley know that. Alright, Stanley's finally going back. Oh no, nope. Yep. Maybe. Yes? Really? Are you? Really?
It's interesting, we finally found our first lane swap of this series.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see it a lot sooner. It's very popular recently, but
I
think just wanted to keep them off guard, but like, hey, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
right at the end.
We're gonna play a standard lane because we know you're gonna do the non-standard way, and then you both do the same. Woohoo! Wow. Oh, so we got a little bit of early aggression there from Stake.
But Irelia's level 2 is
not the strongest.
Very good, yeah.
Just trading poke.
All you do is jump on something and stun it, and then you're like, oh, now what? Bye.
So Corki is quite far ahead in comparison with Akali, who's only level 2, and Corki has got the level 4 already.
Well, we should really be like comparing the top laner to top laner, and then AD carry to AD carry, because that's how it's going to pan out in the long term of things.
That is true.
But it really does have like level 3 on Akali's level 2.
I just meant for pressure wise, like if Akali was able to get any farm at all or not.
But she is. Corki pushed all the minions to the tower, which allows her to farm under the tower.
Yep.
Which is not the case in top lane. Irelia is having a lot of problems trying to actually farm.
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually that Thresh up there was a good idea. It's gonna make Stake. Of course, maybe it did stop the Korean tactic as you mentioned earlier, but Stake is losing out on level. And
we'll see.
I'm just saying, if it continues like this, it's more likely that Akali will get ahead of her.
Maybe they want the. I don't really agree with this, but maybe they want the level advantage from Corki. I know Corki scales pretty well with levels, being a heavy spellcaster, but the same goes for Irelia. She's a very level-based champion due to the way her true damage works. So her to be behind in levels it's not ideal. Sorry guys, I'm talking a lot about Irelia here. I gotta talk about some other guys. Let's look at the mid lane. It seems like Toys is actually excelling in terms of CSing against Maple here.
Playing his most popular and favorite champion.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Do not expect any less.
Of course not.
So nothing too exciting has happened yet, except for the little lane swap, and no ganks either. We've had a few refrain checking the blue buff there.
Yeah, the HKesports
coming in here, trying
more.
To get. Ooh, this is
It's
potential
it's
pick,
not gonna
but
do anything.
yeah, level 6 Orianna, stay away.
It's like good awareness by Toys right there. They've learned their mistakes from last game, and they're not letting Refrain have his way.
Yeah, definitely not.
Then again, Dinter isn't exactly putting too much pressure on things. Oh, nice hook.
That was an amazing
Fresh.
hook, but
and then the lantern to get.
Are they gonna get it? No. No, he's
yeah,
gonna.
they got this. There's no
dead.
way. There's the Q from Lee Sin too.
Wow.
That was amazing play by Refrain right there.
Yeah.
Just as we were bad mouthing him for not being able to get the pressure.
Refrain.
That was a brilliant play.
I guess we jinxed it maybe.
Yeah, I think we jinxed it.
Ouch.
I think we single-handedly lost this game. Wow, and then he
not
got the level 6 from the kill experience bonus. Just like a brilliant roam, like every time.
That was a very good roam indeed, and now they can push for this dragon down at bot.
Yeah. See, like every time yoeFlash Wolves, they get a kill, they manage to make so much happen from that kill. Like they rotated to the bot tower, managed to get a kill on Akali there, and then they just go straight to the dragon. And they just pick that up.
With ease.
So like,
there's
they're
no
definitely
way
one of
that
the best teams in maximizing like how much they can get out of just one kill.
Yeah, but there's no way that Hong Kong esports could contest that at all.
Yeah, that's my point entirely. Like, it's just the timing of how they do all this.
Yeah,
like,
it's
Thresh's roams.
Impeccable.
Like they did the exact same tactic last game. Thresh roamed and they got a kill.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like they're like, oh, Thresh is missing. Maybe we should like be very, very, very careful.
Yeah.
And that way Thresh would lose a lot on experience and gold as well.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they have a vision ward there, and it's been there for quite a long time. As you can see, the cooldown is almost done. So they knew where Dinter was. They could see him going that way. They knew, like, the warding is just so good.
Really good. It's
and the
also
roaming
in
is so
unexpected places as well.
Yeah, exactly. But it's such
like, although HKesports
can do
their
this.
whole jungle is warded, it seems yoeFlash Wolves are always finding like little pockets where they can just sneak by.
Yeah, and take advantages and force mistakes out from Hong Kong esports, I guess is the right way to say it. It's not really that Hong Kong esports is making any direct mistakes, it's just yoeFlash Wolves is controlling the game. And
yeah, of course. Like, the awareness of yoeFlash Wolves is so good these past 2 games. It's almost like they're wall hacking.
Hey, Counter-Strike.
Alright, so we see Lee Sin here with the pink ward to get around.
Oh, the flash!
Let's see how
flash
this goes
Q,
down.
and there's the kick coming out.
Sure
he doesn't have kick.
Good idea. Oh wow, good flash by Corky there.
Oh, and Dinter's been hooked, but he's got the binding down on. Ooh.
Yeah, great binding there.
Yeah, got down on Corky. Really
if,
saving him there.
Kha'Zix
Teleport is coming in, is cancelled by Graves. Graves cancelled the ulti.
No, Aurelia.
I guess Aurelia cancelled it. Yeah. Realizing that there's no point to
they're
engage
not gonna
there.
catch them. That was a good disengage though.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's 3-0 for yoeFlash.
Yeah, they just picked up another kill off that. I mean, they dove Akali. They haven't even got the tower yet, and they're still diving behind like a tower.
Yeah.
Like they know where everyone are. It's crazy. Like, look at the wards.
And also,
the wards have just timed out on the blue side of Hong Kong esports side, but on the other side, you know, they just went in there, walled up everywhere. Like, Dinter doesn't have a chance to breathe. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's insane, this level of play that we're seeing right here today. So a little break.
Yeah, all 3 kills have stemmed from Refrain once more.
Yeah, 100% kill potential. Like, he is so on point.
Yeah. Dangerous guy.
And also the team.
And Thresh coming in here. GodJJ is looking in a little bit of trouble. He's been flayed up and hooked, and GodJJ is dead. Yes,
perfect timing on the hook. Managed to get him mid dash right there.
Yeah.
No chance of escape.
It was unfortunate for GodJJ.
I mean, he did have flash up, so I'm sure he could have used that at some point during there, but I don't know.
Unless,
maybe he wants to save it.
I guess,
maybe he wants to save it.
I guess if the only chance was to use it early on, but then
he might have left it too late. Yeah. Or maybe
And
just assumed that he'd
yeah,
get out of the hook.
exactly. He might have been able to get out of that as well. Either way, they
Either
are
way,
putting on
quite
a
bad
lot of
job.
damage on this tower.
Yeah, it's almost
It
going
will
down.
go down next push, next
And
wave.
we
pretty
see
sure. Oh, this
got
wave. Never mind.
Refrain and Maple like
Already
sending it
down a
onto
bot.
them.
Already down a bot.
So,
They
like,
get there
there's no way they
before
can, yeah,
Toys even gets there.
yeah, there's like no way they can defend that tower just because
The
yoeFlash Wolves are
presence.
just rotating on top of them. There's nothing they can do. Even if they had vision, like they can't stop that kind of rotation.
Yeah. The presence and the pressure from yoeFlash Wolves is just, it seems to be a little bit too much for Hong Kong esports to handle.
Yeah, these guys are.
I mean, okay, the
unstoppable.
gold lead isn't amazing, right? It's only around 2k. But the thing is, they are getting objectives after every time they get a kill, and
we have Zed going in.
Toys.
That was just a 4-man dive. They had
Oh my
no idea it
gosh.
was coming. Toys he was just like harassing Maple as he was going in there. Had no idea where the rest of yoeFlash Wolves are. This is not looking good for Hong Kong esports right now. And yeah, yoeFlash Wolves are back to play the game. They just get these kills out of nowhere, like out of perfect rotations, and then they carry on their merry way, getting towers bit by bit. The way they play is perfect. They don't leave openings for HKesports to come back.
Yeah, it's
and they just play it safe unless they want to do some crazy roam. So unless Hong Kong esports can find a way to stop their roaming,
yeah, exactly.
they're screwed at this point.
I feel like maybe Dint is a bit too comfortable on Kha'Zix. You know, he's being caught out. This is the second game now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is like an issue with him picking Kha'Zix though.
No, I don't think
it's
it's
just a general
yeah. No, I don't mean to
like,
criticize
awareness issue.
pick him out in particular, but
But
it's just
then
something
again,
that I
we
wanted
can't
to
like
notice.
solely blame the jungler for like this. Like
No,
this is
no,
general
no.
team awareness.
Yeah.
They're not communicating when Thresh is missing. They're not communicating where they could all possibly be.
Mhm. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I believe it's a communication issue. Still, we see Toys expected with his crazy CS lead. Graves even with a CS lead there as well. Good old God JJ right there.
Good old God JJ.
But Akali is lagging behind so much. As I was saying earlier, it's so hard for Akali who's behind to get into game. Unless you can get like a lucky cleanup after a team fight. But
Yeah.
judging by the situation right now, that's not going to be an option.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit.
She requires at least one person on the team to be fed. To get fed off that. You see the blue buff steal. Oh, Lee Sin. Good old
Getting
refrain,
out.
dodging
And
the shot.
Aurelia
right
coming
there.
in, teleport. Zed has used his ult. Everyone is dying. This is crazy. Kha'Zix is going to live.
We got
And
trying
Stanley
to
with a
come
late
back,
teleport,
but
trying to clean
it's not
up,
gonna
trying to
be
make the
enough.
most of this, but I think that she is just going to have to get out of this. Oh, she managed to get one for Dinter there. But
Dinter
it's
managed to
a
grab that.
3-for-2 exchange. Oof.
Yeah, not quite worth it, unfortunately. Not what HKesports want at all.
No, who engaged that? They were just trying to get that blue buff, and then yoeFlash Wolves just collapse around them.
Yeah, exactly.
And got the blue buff, unfortunately. Lee Sin smited that one away from Oriana.
Yeah, and there's no way they could fight yoeFlash Wolves just because of how far behind they were. Now, it looks like the teams are going to end up around Dragon.
Yep,
I want to see what's happening
yoeFlash Wolves has pink Dragon, and
yeah, they're all there right now.
pretty much getting there.
It's going to establish their ward dominance once again.
Assert their authority.
Exactly, Ben, exactly. Alright, and they're starting the Dragon.
Yep.
Looks like they cannot contest this.
Yeah, no, they have 4 people on Dragon rather, and one still pushing mid.
They'll come to see Dragon die. They'll say their goodbyes, their farewells to the nice scaly beast, but it's just gonna end up being called out apparently. Here we go.
And Thresh landing the hook on Stanley, going in now. Whoa, everyone is just dropping. It's so sad.
Everyone's getting absolutely melted. I'd like to comment on that Thresh play right there. That was brilliant.
Yeah. Sword Art on Thresh is just amazing.
No, you don't. Oh, my God.
Man.
You see Sword Art's hook there? Like, he actually changed his target because he knew that his previous target was just going to flash over the wall. Like, any other thresh would have gone for the player who was flashing, but he manages to change the target, who's always like the most vulnerable to the hooks, and they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
And he uses that to get back in the fight and manage to keep everyone locked down in one position.
He's really, really good with his hooks. Really on point.
Yeah.
There's not... I don't think he's missed... Oh, okay, he's missed a few.
It's like Taiwanese Mad Life. This guy's insane.
Oh, Toy's picking up that kill.
Again.
Being kicked by Lee Sin. He's
Not
still alive.
Enough, though. Oh! Managed to get sniped by the remaining shadow there.
Yeah, Refrain going down to God JJ, but Maple managing to kill Toys there with the...
Yeah, with the 360 no scopes.
360 no scopes. The cheeky shuriken no scope 360 headshot 420. What?
These players are doing so well. Like, this is extremely high level of play right here.
Ayya.
Ayya.
Well, the mid towers are still standing.
Mid tower is still standing.
And
only top tower is gone for yoeFlash Wolves at this point.
Exactly. And bottom tower for... No, you mean
HKesports. So it's like 1-1 tower each.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real like tower
and there's
advantage.
2 vision wards there, because, you know, if you have 1 vision ward, why not put another?
Yeah, I mean, vision wards are cool, right?
Yeah.
Look at them. They got like the little shield and everything.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to put 2
Exactly.
in one place?
They definitely calculated the amount of time God JJ would spend clearing those, so they knew he would miss like 1 or 2 CS.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a time to look at the gold advantage here.
Yeah.
Like, 5k advantage for yoeFlash Wolves and a 10 kill lead. That is ridiculous at this point. And there's only 1 tower down for each side too, so it's pretty impressive to get this amount of kills without taking that many towers.
Toy is getting caught there by Thresh Hook.
Again.
And he's gone. Yeah.
Poor Toys always seems to be out of position this game. Possibly until...
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
I feel like it's
hard to comment on how it
yeah.
plays when you can't see the guy as well. It being an online tournament and all, but the plays from yoeFlash Wolves right now, like, they're just on point.
Yeah. There's no way around it. They just know exactly what to do, when to do it, when to not do it, and leave when they got what they want. So
yeah, I mean, it's amazing when a team can come out with these crazy plays every now and then, but like yoeFlash Wolves are just consistently doing it over and over and over again. They're unrelentless with like these like insane rotations, this crazy roaming from Sword Art, the crazy setups from Refrain here. It's just HKesports don't know how to respond to this situation, unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels like they are a little bit complacent.
Yeah, when it comes to playing the laning phase, definitely. Like, Thresh is missing.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going as normal. And then all of a sudden Dinter gets hooked out of nowhere and he's like, oh crap, looks like I'm dead. And Toys once again. Oh my god, that dodge by Zed there. Just completely jumping over the shockwave. That was ridiculous.
That was smart.
That was like...
it was quick.
Are we actually watching the Korean scene right now? This is crazy.
Ooh. Oh god.
Wow.
And Aurelia's Stake pushing that top tower. Securing yet another tower for yoeFlash Wolves. Putting it at 4 towers to 1. And 16 kills to 4 and 34k to 25k.
Wow.
It's not looking
good for HKesports now.
I'm sad to say it, but I have a feeling that they are not going to pull through this one.
But I'm so impressed by Yoe right now. Like,
yeah, no,
I could see these guys in Worlds, you know, like if they're consistent with this level of play every single game, like they have to make it to Worlds. Oh, that was close on Akali there.
Yeah, managing to flash the
Managed to flash away, but they're just running around, getting all these picks at the towers now.
Yeah.
Like, none of HKesports is safe unless they're by the inhibitor turrets at this point. Like, if we look at the wards as well, there's 4 wards down for HKesports. That's practically nothing.
Yeah, but to be honest, I mean, they can't really step out anywhere. They've tried to make to push to coordinate some things, but every time they do, they get caught in their own jungle.
Yeah, but
Refrain
once you look in the inventory, no one's actually buying wards apart from, well, we have one on Stanley right now, and that's it. And he's got his trinket ward too. And of course, there's a Sightstone from Morgana, that's a given. But either way, like, it's just not much effort is going into the Vision War here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, like, it's not likely. There could be a comeback. I would love to see a comeback.
I would love to see a comeback. I would really love to see a comeback, but we gotta be realistic.
Yeah, we gotta be realistic. It looks like yoeFlash Wolves are gonna start making their way towards Baron, get that, and then try and get one of the inhibitor turrets.
Yeah, they just had a little bit of a...
Oh, we see a
Lee Sin's got Kha'Zix hit.
Dinter here. Managed to stealth
got
out
JJ and
with
FNL trying to duel it out, but there's nothing God JJ can do. He's behind the whole team. Orianna ult coming down. Dinter is still alive. Stake is taking damage. Morgana ult comes down.
But it's not going to do anything. No one can follow up.
Ooh, Corki is very, very low. Not managing to get that one.
Fun there. Oh, almost a 360 no scope right there.
Now, look how much health Kha'Zix, Orianna, and Morgana have. Not even
that was so close.
100 health. Jeez.
Yeah. They actually got refrain down. That was that.
Yeah,
that's
they got
something
refrain
to go by.
Exactly.
So better than nothing, but it's not really gonna.
Yeah,
help
they did stop. They did stop the potential objective attainment from yoeFlash Wolves.
Yeah, they did actually. That is true. But they do end up getting Dragon off this.
Yeah.
Seems like they'll just go back, make sure Baron isn't like contested, and then carry on with their day.
Now I hope HKesports could sneak a Baron here, please, please. Nah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
They've already been seen. The yoeFlash Wolves know that there's 3 members at least in the red side of their jungle.
All right. Well, let's see where they go from here. Ah, poor HKesports. What a shame to see them go down this way.
Yeah,
Seems
but
like many of the games were one-sided. There was only that one game, Domo versus.
Yeah, Domo versus No Game No Life. Yeah, that was a back and forth game.
That was the
so
most
long.
back and forth game I've ever seen.
Long.
Yeah, it was only back and forth by little tiny advantages at once.
Yeah, it was back and forth in the long term of the sense.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
were never
it
quite sure
wasn't this way, that way, this way, that way. It was this way, and then farm, and then that way, and then farm, and then this way, and farm. It's like a very slow seesaw.
Yeah. Anyway, we see yoeFlash Wolves just making sure every lane is getting pushed. They want to try and close this game out. Maybe struggling a little bit, like trying to find like a little dent in HKesports.
But once they get an opening,
they're just gonna charge right in, get right down in there.
It all comes down to the hot gates.
Yes,
once the gates have been breached.
We see a hug. Oh, it misses. Dinter managing to jump away at the last second.
Just a little bit of harass coming in there. Got JJ taking...
At half health, not a great place to be in.
Now they're putting a lot of pressure on this mid tower.
Yeah, and a Kali fight, not really gonna work out.
Not gonna do much to that Irelia.
Walk off. Oh,
ooh,
and now
dropping dangerously low.
You know what the NL stands for actually?
No.
Never lose.
Never lose.
It's actually holding up pretty accurately.
Yeah.
Right now, so. Good name, dude.
Good name, dude. Well thought. Well thought out. But we shouldn't be congratulating yoeFlash.
Yeah,
no.
not quite
Bad.
yet. Not quite yet. Bad Sam. Unprofessional. Don't do that. It's just farm at this point. I think just thinking of how they can end this game right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they want to get this Baron. They just don't want Hong Kong esports to be able to.
Oh, it looks like they're doing it already.
So yeah, they're just gonna go straight for
like
the Baron.
It's very obvious for Hong Kong esports that they're doing it. They've worked too much to get here.
Yeah.
They're just gonna try and collapse on it, but they don't have the time to get there.
They don't have the time, and Irelia is just.
Irelia could just like 1v5 at this point. It's like, yeah, you're not going near my bros, dude.
I hope they don't check it still. Well, they don't know. They don't have vision on Baron, so they're not sure if it's done or not. Oh, they see refrain, and could this be a pick? Refrain is gonna ult. Oh, perfect spell shield! And there we go. Dinter got the pick on refrain. Wonderful.
See, that's what I want to see. Like,
yeah, a little bit more.
HKesports has brilliant individual players. They just need to find out where they're going wrong as a team and just work on that a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like the ability like to preempt the kick like that was pretty good timing.
Irelia is chasing 4 members of the team. Of course,
not
they
taking
know
any damage. Just
coming in,
up
and Dinter
like,
is gone, and so is Stanley.
Stanley gone. Oh wait, no! Oh, wow! The ultimate snipe.
Oh my god.
These guys are actually playing Counter-Strike right now. They are just sniping left and right. Got
Toys.
Corky again.
Oh.
Oh, he didn't get that one.
Almost managing to get Aurelia before going down himself, but it was unfortunate. They have manpower.
And it looks like our first inhibitor of the game is going to be yoeFW. What a surprise, guys.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Surprise.
Wow, the kill difference right now, 23 to 7. I don't think it gets more one-sided than this, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It really doesn't. It looks like they're gonna even get a second inhibitor off this, like, just this one fight.
Push, yeah. Wow.
I mean, actually, at this point, they could probably comfortably rotate to the top lane.
Yeah.
Like Aurelia's
I mean,
up,
they do have a wave pushing in on that tower, but I believe they are just prolonging the inevitable for Hong Kong esports here. They just want to make sure they don't want to take any chances, I think.
Yeah, of course. And they're also like taking the motto: never give up, never surrender. Just take it nice and easy.
No need to rush anything when they already know what's gonna happen.
Just taking that pink ward right there.
Oh yeah, you get that. Good job.
It's like, how dare you use this pink ward to kill my friend? Poor Akali.
Oh,
because those who don't know, it reveals her while she's in her little shroud, her W, so...
Yeah,
you definitely want to carry a pink ward at all times when facing against an Akali.
Oh yeah.
#1 tactic right there.
And maybe even if you are Akali yourself and you're facing another invisible person, so you can see them forever.
That doesn't really matter.
Yes it does. You want to see the invisible stuff.
Alright, so... once again, we have yoeFW just deciding what they're gonna take next. Obviously, it's gonna be the top lane. They're just taking their time, playing around a little bit.
Yep.
Just taking it easy. They don't want to rush things. They don't want to give this up. Like, this is a pretty good win for them.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure it's not easy either. They've just managed to keep their lead and not make any mistakes. I mean, that's pretty hard in itself. So
it's just like the way they're playing it is just amazing.
It's so clinical and like strategical and
it is really
calculated and just, you know, never overextending, never over pushing anything.
Yeah, the positioning.
Always working together as a team. You can see the communication. You really can.
I mean, sometimes we see them getting a little bit greedy in the late team fights, but I believe they're just doing that because they know how far ahead they are. Like this.
Oh god, JJ just going
dying
instantly,
in less than 1 second.
Instantly dead. Oh, that's so sad. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I really don't. I want to cry, but laughing just seems.
To hang out with God right now.
Ooh.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
And it looks like it's over, guys. GG to yoeFW. What a great game. Dude.
Yeah. Nice try, Dinta. Bad luck. GG.
GG indeed. Congratulations.
So yoeFW will be they've secured themselves in a
they got
seed
the seed in the offline tournament now.